New level of hierarchy is more money coming out of your paycheck. Unions are fucking great because it's not HR.
You need solidarity with the other workers. We need to use that and exercise that. You and your other workers are the most important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. Cause what's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid?
Polite
It's
about
just
it.
not the polite way to have sex.
That's just
I
really one way to have sex that's polite, and it's to say, ma'am, or sir, or non-binary person, would you like to enjoy some making love with me? And then if they answer yes, then you mount that person and you move back and forth politely, and then you kind of finish it up and you say that was great, and then you never mention it again. That's the right way to have sex, okay?
And folks, and that's why we don't do any sort of sex advice or sex stuff on this show, because there's none to be given.
I am wise.
I want you to write the polite sex book, like the proper polite method.
I just said it.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need to set Jake free. My Twitter's not working out here. Let's see if you can get a ghost. Go ahead and try. See. I summon the ghost into ghostly ghostness. Come the fuck out if you're a real ghost. Now. Demand it. This is how we fucking hunt ghosts. And as we've pointed out, and as we've said, there are no ghosts. So this is where the ghosts live, from what we know. And he's not home. Let me see, let me try this. Jake, you may overtake my body. I accept you into my heart and soul. Please, if you are here, take control of me. Use me as a vessel. Gross. Nothing. Yeah, no ghosts. So I guess the lesson of Beaver Creek is there's no such thing as ghosts. There's no God, and the Bible is a lie. Off to Helltown to find out what the government's up to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio. Hell yeah. Bumping out here. Can I get some of this safety herb in my lungs, please? And thank you. Are welcome here. Jake, you can't have any because they drug test. Yeah, if you go to work, man, you're going to get drug tested. Jake, you son of a bitch! You get out here! Hey, Jake! Ain't coming. He ain't coming because he's afraid of me, Brian Quinby from Street Fight Radio. Brett, would you like a shot at Jake?
Yeah.
I just fell in a hole. That was Jake. That was all Jake. I think we found the ghost. Jake won't let you see your mention. He's like, don't look at your phone while you're at work, motherfucker.
Can you imagine being that sensitive? Like you.
Well, that's
like
what
that
they're
is the
PC as hell.
ultimate. Hey, you know what? This is the freest goddamn country, and it's so free that if you don't stand up, you aren't a free person. And goddamn it, boy, if you don't stand up right now, you ain't free. Because you have the freedom to do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I have the freedom to make you feel bad for doing the freedom. Just get up and say you love it. Just get up right now, Copernic. God damn it. It's so free that you can't do it. You have to. It's free because there's only one way to be. That's why it's free. So be that. Damn you. They don't have anything to live. I mean, their kids hate them. They don't have, all their money got stolen by banksters and shit. Healthcare's running through the fucking roof.
You know, you probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism! And they say, they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week, and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah. You're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett. When you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans, and the rest of us like tools for those superhumans. You don't have any money, your bank account's low? I know where the money is. Jeff Bezos has it, the Waltons have it.
And they took it from us, right?
They took it from us.
We're just getting our money back.
Yeah, your work made that money. You deserve that money. That's your money. The 1% has never decided to do the right thing. That's why we have to take power and just spread it out among the 100% of people that exist.
Oh my God, have you heard the news? Kids are dying of Kratom.
That's not true.
They're injecting it into their veins.
I don't think that's happening.
An ABC Action News exclusive. A mom says a popular herb killed her son.
The most recent death happened in early June. Kratom, also known as metrogenine, was one of 4 drugs blamed for his death.
This was like the devil's drug.
It really is just a green powder that makes people feel better.
Yeah, it's a leaf. It grows from the ground, you smash it up, you make a tea out of it, you throw it down the back of your throat, you eat some capsules, and you feel better, your mind's clear. And most people that use Kratom don't have access to healthcare or prescriptions or any of that regular medicine stuff. They get it from local stores or online.
Let's do an example here. You're a young person, you don't understand how all this works, so let me explain this to you. When you get hurt in your older age, let's say you're 34, you work on a roof, you fall off, and you crush your fucking heel, right? It's all shattered. The doctor 10, 15 years ago was like, that's fucked up, that really hurts. You're gonna need some opioids to kill that pain. And then the DEA says, no, you can't have those anymore. These doctors have to tighten up their prescriptions. And now you don't have any. You can't afford them. What do? You can take Kratom. It has the same effects, it's less addictive, and it's more gross. So that even brings down the use. You're not gonna use it as much. Kratom kills the pain in your body. It also cures social anxiety.
The government's solution to stuff like this is always prohibition, which means putting more people in jail.
How big is your appetite for the war on drugs? I'm sure it's small. It's shrinking every single day. Don't let them continue it. Don't let them outlaw more stuff.
Good point.
Thank you.
I mean, I tell you what, even the jobs that paid me nothing, Like when I was first learning them, it was like, all right, I can do this. You just need somebody to get the plates and make them go from here to here. I can be the master of that. I was really into that, and I can do that. But after a while, it's like, you guys treat me like shit, and I get the plates from here to here every fucking time, and you talk down to me and shit. What's going on?
Jesus,
you're counting my lunches. Like you're looking at what I'm eating. You're like figuring out when I'm going out to smoke. Like all of a sudden you're in my shit. But all you said you wanted from me was the plates to go from here to here, and I'm getting the plates from here to here.
God, that was the most accurate representation of how I feel when I get a job. At first, I'm helpless. I'm a little baby. I'm sucking off the tea to the manager to tell me what I need to do. You know, I don't want to, my wings aren't fully formed yet. And then once I learn what I'm doing, I'm like, y'all could treat me a lot better for this. I deserve a lot more for this.
Wow, this is some bullshit right here. Now that you kicked me out of the nest and I'm flying through the sky and trying to flap my wings here, I don't think you're giving me enough.
I don't like this.
You didn't set me up right.
How many times have you gone into work and then looked at your boss and said, what are they doing? You ever think about the levels at a job, Brett? Of course, the people on the very bottom. What do they do?
Usually clean.
Yeah, and then there is the people just above them. They're the ones that do the second hardest job at the place, right?
Deal with customers?
Yeah, that sort of thing. And then there's another level above that, and that's the manager that's in the place. Now let's think about what comes after that, right? You might have a guy named like Glenn that comes to your office every 6 months, and you have to lay out the red carpet for Glenn. Think about what the person above Glenn does. Jerry is the person above Glenn, right?
Okay.
His job is basically going to lunch, right?
Yeah, powerful meetings, shaking hands real hard.
We're gonna go up to the CEO now. The people that sit around a table and who knows what they're doing? Nobody knows what they talk about.
Playing cards.
What connection does that person have to what you do and what the customer gets? It just seems like you could really chop like 5 or 6 levels off of any job and the company would still run perfectly.
Think about your job. Now imagine your manager isn't there. How much smoother would your day run?
I mean, how many of you work a job where you don't even know who the fucking CEO is of the company? That means they're absolutely useless. They're parasites.
They're on the top, getting most of the money, sending their kids to private school, driving the fanciest cars, and they can't make a sandwich. Every new level of hierarchy is more money coming out of your paycheck. Unions are fucking great because it's not HR.
You need solidarity with the other workers. We need to use that and exercise that. You and your other workers are the most important people at that company. I mean, hell, the way I think about it, maybe you don't get a union at all and you just take the whole company away from the bosses, and that's called a co-op.
For the almighty dollar, everyone's a slave. Cause what's the point of doing shit if you ain't getting paid?
Polite
It's
about
just
it.
not the polite way to have sex.
That's just
I-
really one way to have sex that's polite, and it's to say, ma'am, or sir, or non-binary person, would you like to enjoy some making love with me? And then if they answer yes, then you mount that person and you move back and forth politely, and then you kind of finish it up and you say that was great, and then you never mention it again. That's the right way to have sex, okay?
And folks, and that's why we don't do any sort of sex advice or sex stuff on this show, because there's none to be given.
I am wise.
I want you to write the polite sex book, like the proper polite method.
I just said it.
Before we commence expelling this ghost from this location, before we save Jake from the lock, I will light the ceremonial herb that will give us the sight, that will give us the power we need to set Jake free. My Twitter's not working out here. Let's see if you can get a ghost. Go ahead and try. I summon the ghost into ghostly ghostness. Come the fuck out if you're a real ghost. Now. Demand it. This is how we fucking hunt ghosts. And as we've pointed out, and as we've said, There are no ghosts. So this is where the ghost lives, from what we know. And he's not home. Let me see. Let me try this. Jake, you may overtake my body. I accept you into my heart and soul. Please, if you are here, take control of me. Use me as a vessel. Gross. Nothing. Yeah, no ghosts. So I guess the lesson of Beaver Creek is there's no such thing as ghosts. There's no God, and the Bible is a lie. Off to Helltown to find out what the government's up to in the middle of fucking nowhere, Ohio. Hell yeah, bumping out here. Can I get some of this safety herb in my lungs, please? And thank you, are welcome here. Jake, you can't have any because they drug test. Yeah, if you go to work, man, you're gonna get drug tested. Jake, you son of a bitch! You get out here! Hey, Jake! Ain't coming. He ain't coming because he's afraid of me, Brian Quinby, from Street Fight Radio. Brett, would you like a shot at Jake?
Yeah.
Oh, I just fell in a hole. That was Jake. That was all Jake. I think we found the ghost. Jake won't let you see your mentions. He's like, don't look at your phone while you're at work, motherfucker.
Can you imagine being that sensitive? Like you,
Well, that's
like
what
that
they're
is the
PC as hell.
ultimate.
Hey, you know what? This is the freest goddamn country, and it's so free that if you don't stand up, you aren't a free person. And goddamn it, boy, if you don't stand up right now, you ain't free. Because you have the freedom to do whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I have the freedom to make you feel bad for doing the freedom. Just get up and say you love it. Just get up right now, Copernic. God damn it. It's so free that you can't do it. You have to. It's free because there's only one way to be. That's why it's free. So be that. Damn you.
They don't have anything to live. I mean, their kids hate them. They don't have, all their money got stolen by banksters and shit. Healthcare's running through the fucking roof.
You know, you probably hear people constantly talking about this horrible thing called capitalism.
I have.
Yeah, you've heard that?
Yes.
You're like, what? How does capitalism affect me? I will tell you, it runs your entire fucking life. You've probably heard of socialism or communism. Communism. And they try to control your entire life. Your whole day is taken away from you. What control do you have over your day now?
Most people have to be chained to a desk for 40 hours a week, and they're not allowed to leave.
When you wake up in the morning and you feel like shit and you have to wipe the sleep from your eyes and like look around and be like, why does this have to happen this early in the morning? That's a capitalism.
And it controls everything, like your healthcare, your education. It all comes down to making money, but some things just don't make money. Honestly, ask yourself, how afraid are you of getting an injury and how that could possibly fuck up your life?
Yeah. You're being stopped from skateboarding, breakdancing, doing anything fun, because if you get injured, you're fucked forever. You can't go to work.
And so then you have all these people that say, well, we can make a kinder capitalism, a more conscious capitalism. It isn't gonna fucking happen. We need anarchy, we need socialism, we need communism, we need anything but more capitalism.
But wait, Brett. When you go to the grocery store, you have almost unlimited choice. You can buy 100 different types of cereals.
All made from the same stuff with different graphics on the outside.
All corn. It's basically just a bunch of boxes of corn.
That's capitalism.
It actually treats about 1% of the population like humans.
Hey everybody, welcome to Street Fight Radio. It's the Basement Show. Time for the #1 anarcho-comedy radio show on any station across the nation. Street Fight Radio has been doing the damn thing for 9 years now. Thank you to everyone that has supported us along the way and continues to show up and download the show and spread this mess across the U.S. I think it's actually working. Things are changing. The Overton window is shifting. And now we move into the rebuilding mode where we make everything how we want it to be. We take that globe and we flatten it all down and make it equal. We have flat earth, folks. So if you want to watch the show and what we do, you can head over to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, any of those places. You can watch the show. You can chat along with people. Otherwise, podcast is perfectly fine. Listen to us at work while you work out. Whatever it may be. We also have bonus material on Patreon. That's how we get paid. That's how we do the show. We lazily do our job every single day, trying to make shows, set up content, and talk to all the people out there. Love answering questions and emails and all that as well. So if you want to support us and throw some money our way, head to patreon.com where you can sign up for a subscription for bonus material, which is a lot less political. Usually bonus podcasts from Brian about shock jocks and evangelical preachers. We do a lot of TV watching and movie watching, and that's all available at patreon.com/streetfightradio, along with the zine. And if you want to submit for the zine, parenting is good. We have so much parenting stuff, so I do not need that anymore. The next one is metal, which I think is also doing pretty well, but I'd love to see some art and other ideas. Head to streetfightradio.com, and at the top there, it says zine submission. Just click that shit, tell us what you got, and we might put you in the zine. Coming up, we've got Dare, metal, war, activism, staying indoors, alcohol, renting, and religion. So, check it out. That was a lot, but
True religion.
I love them.
True. Man, I saw.
Love to get a good deal on some true religions.
And I wish I could find this picture. Now I lost this picture. I might be able to find it, but there was a dress code for a bar.
Oh.
A sports bar. You know how those end up all being.
Very racist.
Very racist.
Hulk Hogan had a very racist dress code at his Hollywood wing shop or whatever it's called.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it, because I think I saw it yesterday, and I can't remember if I sent it to anybody. But it was a sports bar, and the I want to find it because the phrasing. Of course, there was another dress code story today. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yay!
All right, here we go.
This is new dress code.
This is for a Waterford sports bar.
Is that like in Lincolnshire or something?
I think this is in, if I'm not mistaken, Connecticut, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, sounded like some English shit. English shit.
It was either that or I think it was Illinois, actually.
Oh.
Chicago, or Detroit. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't just look it up.
Let's just look at the map. It could be anywhere, really. This is happening everywhere, folks.
Throwing darts at a dartboard, like I don't know.
Poughkeepsie.
Chicago and Detroit are a lot alike.
Albuquerque.
You know? So I saw this yesterday. I wasn't even gonna bring this up on the show. But when we started, you said something that really made me want to bring it on. So here it is. This is CJ's sports pub.
Oh no,
and
a CJ.
His CJ's a dangerous thing.
I would never trust a motherfucking CJ.
I knew a couple CJs growing up.
CJ sounds.
Yeah, don't let CJ write your dress code.
CJ
man.
is suspect.
Dress code. Headwear. Baseball caps only. Must be straightforward or straight black only.
They probably also make you roll it up in a pop can and put rubber bands on it.
Yeah, they don't want it flat billed, right?
Yeah, that's definitely. You got to take all the tags off of it. You can't have a size tag left on it. No hologram stickers, right?
And it says no exceptions to that. You can't wear one of those jester hats. You're not allowed to wear the beer hat with the 2 cans on it with the straw in it.
What about a visor flipped upside down?
Not allowed. That is not a baseball cap, and you are not allowed to do that.
What about okay? You roll up and you have like Detroit Lions hat on. That's not baseball.
That's true, but it's a baseball cap, and I have heard
you just wear a football helmet and show up and be like, I mean, I'm just wearing like the gear. I'm just into the sport. Same way the baseball, you wear a baseball hat, I wear a football helmet.
It's about caps, dude. They love those baseball caps, which is such a like bald guy thing to carve out in your. It's a bald guy thing to carve out in your dress code, I think. Because it's like I would have just been like, go ahead and wear a hat. I don't fucking care. You know what I mean?
No, I mean you have a hat for your own reason, but you wouldn't tell anybody else the hat they could wear. You wouldn't go that far,
dude. I want people to wear whatever hat they're into.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to wear a fucking. To tell you the truth, dude, you should be allowed to wear. I'm trying to think here. What kind of hat would you?
An obnoxious, like a huge novelty hat.
Yeah, a derby. You can't wear a derby hat at this place.
No.
If you think about it, because they didn't mention derby hat.
Can I wear a crown?
No crown, no fedora. Let me think. Bowler? No.
What if I roll it down my shoulders though, and then put it on my head, on me head?
I truly don't think they want people wearing any kind of hat that isn't the regular old boring ass fucking hat.
You need to wear a baseball cap from where you're from, okay? And I don't want no poser shit coming in here. I don't want to see any New York Yankee horse shit unless you got a license that says you're from fucking New York City.
That's true. So the next thing on their list, and
what about
you're right though, guys like baseball cap guys also do get mad if you're wearing a team that you don't know. I used to get the reason I like this hat that I wear, for the listeners, it's a Tokyo Giants, I think, or something. They play in the Tokyo Dome. That's why I bought it, because I have a fondness for the Tokyo Dome. So I bought this hat, and it's been a game changer for me. Because as the listeners will know, for years I was wearing the Columbus sports teams on my hat to like sort of rep Ohio. And there was even a period where I wore the Cleveland baseball team's hat, but it was just a big C. I wore which I took to stand for Columbus. Or I wore a Cincinnati Reds hat with Mr. Baseball on it, or Baseball Headman. I don't actually know his name. But I would wear those hats, and guys would fucking stop me on the street. A guy one time stopped me on the street because I was wearing my Clippers hat, and he said, "Hey, do you know who they're playing tonight?" And I'm like, "I don't even know if they're playing tonight." And he's like, "Oh, you're wearing a fucking hat." And he was like mad at me because I didn't know the schedule or anything. And I was like, "Dog, I just am wearing the hat because it looks cool."
He sits around and smokes cigars with his buddy and plays poker and just complains about how kids these days wear hats from places they've never been to.
Right, and I wear the hat from a Tokyo team because now nobody knows what the hat is. It's just a strange.
Yeah, you should know it. You should at least know it. It's the Yomiuri Giants.
Yomiuri Giants.
That's a well-howdy partner in the chat.
Do they know that for sure though? Because can they see it?
They seemed confident.
Okay, yes, I was wearing it.
Well, here's what I would say to add to the hat discourse here is that, in the way that I spend a lot of money on haircuts to be groomed in a way that's presentable for myself. It makes me feel confident and comfortable. That's just how I like to be. And it shows effort to other people that you care, I guess. The problem with the ball cap thing is, you called your hat your hair, which is fine. I mean, it makes sense. But you buy a hat every 6 months, and you get your use out of it. These are baseball cap guys buy one 18 years ago and it's ratty and full of holes and covered in sweat and salt. And they're like, still covers my head. And they're just doing the least effort possible. It just says, fuck you to you. Like, I'm not gonna be presentable to you. I'm just gonna be stinky fucking gross person.
Right.
all over you.
And you know what? You're totally right too. Because one would say also that if you're wearing a baseball cap, and you might there are two different types, right, of people that kind of wear hats. There are the people who
tend to be white dudes that wear ripped up caps with like a fucking fishing hook on it and all this shit. But then there are like the other, like, a lot of the hat guys are like hype beast hat guys, and they have like 200 fucking hats, and this cap I'm wearing right now was $50 fucking. It's more expensive than probably most of the guys' jeans and their shirts at the fucking CJ's upper deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got the right hat on.
I do. I have the right hat on. Ebbets Field flannel. Very nice hat.
I'm going to come in with one of those, like, tortilla chip sombreros.
They wouldn't kick you out, though, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the fucking thing.
They would be into that.
It's like,
oh, one of us.
You could walk into this bar wearing any kind of hat you want, and you wouldn't be kicked out. I can guarantee it.
I got kicked out of Chicago bar. I couldn't go to downtown like Manhattan Avenue because I had some fresh SB Dunks on and a flat bill hat.
Really?
Yeah, I got denied.
Wild. Was this?
No, it was like 23. It was it was a long time ago. But I was like, what the fuck is this? And I did the same thing. I was like, man, these shoes cost more than your motherfucking outfit.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's fair.
Your bullshit ass dress shoes that you got from Payless.
Yeah,
you got these corny ass fucking crackers in here with their fucking dress shoes. You got it was lanyard guys, you know, in most of these bars.
I have never been
polo shirt shit.
I have never been stopped on dress code ever for anything. In high school, I was once because my pants had a big hole that went from like the top all the way to the back of the knee.
Yeah,
which is like you're just then
fun time.
You're showing like everything to people. So I did get in trouble.
I always had fly underwear on though. So anybody that got a peek of like I would skate, so the ass of the jeans would go pretty quick when you keep falling on your ass.
Yeah,
and then your just cool underwear would be. Showing.
Well, I would be like, it's only this big of boxers. I'd be like, it's the smallest rip, so. You know, it doesn't matter. And then when you wear pants with a small rip in them, the rip, if they're on the ass, the rip just gets bigger through the day of you wearing them. And I ended up getting in trouble for that. So the next thing is shirts. No excessively baggy shirts, which,
come on,
excessively baggy shirts is American. Again, this is another thing is like dudes in the United States wear shirts that are 3 times too big for them. That is like part of dressing as especially as a sports bar guy. You're telling me these people are wearing shirts that fit them?
Yeah, why would I mean, if a 4XL is on sale, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I just this year started buying XLs.
Oh.
I had been buying 2 and 3X if I could get them for like my whole life. Even when I weighed 110 pounds, I had 2 and 3X t-shirts because they came down to my, like, there's the picture of me in the Mecca USA shirt that was 2X where you can't even see the bottom of the shirt in the picture, and it's like like 3/4 of my body in it, you know?
I mean, I think it's tight.
1X. Yeah, I'm a 1X guy now. No wife beaters, which is, I mean, that's barely dressed, though.
Yeah, that is an undershirt.
Yeah,
it's really I don't like wife beater. I don't think is the
I don't
the
like
nomenclature.
Well, I'm
anymore.
saying
for
the
CJs
words.
it is.
Yeah, no sleeveless shirts or tank tops. Bullshit. Because I've been a sleeveless shirt guy lately, like just around the house and stuff. And who knows? I might want to premiere that to the general public. To tell you the truth.
What if I get some like a Western shirt and rip the sleeves off of it?
Right.
It's got like the silver thread and pearl buttons on it. You know?
Softball team. White guy gets away with sleeveless t-shirt.
Oh,
for sure.
Number 8, the Mac on the back, and he's right in.
They'll definitely let him. Yeah. And no large logos. For example, i.e., South Pole.
Whoa.
FUBU.
What?
And Ghetto Gear.
Whoa.
Etc.
Whoa.
Ghetto Gear isn't a brand for people that.
It would have been huge. It would have been huge.
Yeah. I mean, yes, people would have bought that. But South Pole and FUBU are like a guy trying to keep 90s people out of their store or 2000s.
Yeah, this person has a real fucked up idea of what people are wearing.
But they're
like,
you know
South
what,
Pole,
though?
I mean, you get it. That is like Odd Lots clothes.
Yeah,
that's TJ Maxx.
And this,
if they even make it anymore, they still make it.
The South Pole?
Yeah.
Or FUBU? I don't think they make FUBU at all.
I know. Yeah, the one guy from The one guy
Shark
from Shark
Tank
Tank
is a
owns
FUBU
it.
guy. Okay.
They are doing stuff overseas. I listened to him on a podcast.
Okay, and then so do South Pole?
I don't know.
I haven't seen
thought
South Pole gear
I thought that
ever.
was a Schottenstein's house brand.
There's
never
like
saw
a North Face.
Whoever paid full price for South Pole? Maybe in the
I
80s?
thought P. Diddy wore South Pole though.
I don't remember it.
I'm looking up South Pole clothes.
I remember it. I mean, I remember I only saw it at discount places. Like it would always be like a half price shirt.
Oh yeah, they're open. South Pole's still open.
Okay.
But really that is where they are saying, oh, never mind, it's an online pharmacy website.
All right.
But really that is where they're saying,
can I not wear
no black people?
Oh,
basically that little parenthetical South Pole FUBU ghetto gear, that is explicitly
that's
what
pretty
they're
bold.
saying without saying the word at all.
Yeah, Standard Hall got in trouble for this last year. But it wasn't.
They didn't write ghetto gear, though, right?
It's so weird. How I mean, I don't think cancel culture is working hard enough because these little people are still committing,
it's crazy to get away
crimes.
With it. It's crazy to get away with pants.
He had no problem writing ghetto gear.
That's the craziest. It pants, no baggy pants. Like that is another rule that you can't enforce.
Every old man made fun of my tight jeans when I was young. Which one is it?
That's a rule you're not allowed to enforce is no baggy pants. Because what are baggy pants? 1. 2, the baggy pants thing, that is another indicator of what they're doing here. Because if you think that guys are wearing South Pole and FUBU and stuff, you definitely think they sag their pants and wear baggy jeans still.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a very specific, outdated.
Pants and shorts must be at waist level. Yeah, this guy's my age. The guy that owns this place is my age.
Probably dressed like this in high school.
41, and yes, he dressed like this in high school. So pants and shorts must be at waist level, pulled up at all times, no ghetto gear. Just threw that in there a second time. Yeah. Pulled up at all times. I don't even know.
He's going to have someone come around and check everyone's belts.
No, quote, sagged down, unquote. No exceptions, which I've never. So
you can't get your sag down at CJ's Sports Bar. We're not a place where that shit happens.
No sagging pants.
Hey,
I mean,
what about if you have a size 46 belly and you buy 36 pants and sneak it under? Is that against the rules?
I don't know what the waist is. There's never been universal agreement on where a human's waist is in my lifetime, and I don't believe in waist. I don't believe in a waist being a part of a body, to tell you the truth. Because
it's subjective. You can change where it's at.
Right. Because people, when I was a fucking kid, they told you to wear your pants to your belly button. That was where it needed to be. That was your waist. That is not what I consider my waist to be, just a little bit above my crack.
Yeah.
You know, you wear the pants like, low rise.
Yeah.
And is that sagging? I don't fucking think that's even considered I don't sag my pants.
You gotta have ass out.
And you gotta have the thing, your pants gotta have the hanging. Because I sagged my pants for fucking decades.
I still love to bust a sag sometimes. It feels so good. If my shirt is long enough, I'm just like, I'm going to get these pants off my fucking waist a little bit.
I mean, I
Get
will.
some room.
I mean, I don't have any problem with it. I just buy pants that fit me now, so it's harder to kind of pull
I started
it
wearing
off.
belts and shit, which sucks.
Yeah, it was stupid. What a dumb mistake. And now it says no large logos on the pants either.
Oh, come on, man. These are Avizus. I just got these.
The examples for that are South Pole, FUBU, and ghetto gear, etc. So
I hate this guy. I mean, I'd love to see this dude's nose broke.
And also in pencil next to they wrote in pencil on it an extra rule, and it says no athletic gear (gym shorts).
Okay.
I mean,
this is a sports bar, not a sports arena.
Right.
But what about...
Don't you go to a sports bar after a softball game, though, you know? Like a fucking, you know, you and the boys.
Or if it's 25-cent wing night.
Yeah. You and the... Sports bar isn't like... I understand that it is a bar to watch sports at, but it's more a bar you go to after sports.
And it's for slobs, man. Like, the people that you're talking about are, like, more concerned with their look. Sports is for slobs. And sports bars are for, like, the sloppiest people there are. There's this really dope sports bar in town that started making cauliflower wings, and they have the best hot sauces. And like we were talking about going there, and I'm like, no, that place is a fucking petri dish for COVID. Like, it's a sports bar. That's where people are spitting in each other's mouths on the patio and joking about it.
Oh God. Yeah, sports bars. There's no lefty sports bars.
No,
I would think that there's not a single lefty sports bar. We should make a lefty sports bar, dude.
Southpaw's bar and grill. We can hook up with Southpaw's.
Yeah, the Southpaw's podcast.
And we can do MMA fights in it.
Yeah. Yeah, because they do that at sports bars in the country here. They'll just put a cage in.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, let's write that down as an idea. We're going to open a sports bar without a dress code.
Yes.
But we do reserve the right to kick you out if you don't have our exact same politics.
Yeah. Strict rules. Very strict rules.
Yeah. It is weird. I've never been to a sports bar that seemed to have any, like, good values. The people in them are usually horrible.
Yeah. I avoid them. I've always hated them. People think I'm an asshole because when I was younger, for those fucking Buckeyes games, people would always want to go to those places, and I would just throw a fit. And I would just say, absolutely not. And I respect anybody's right to go, but I'm not partying with you if that's where you're going. I don't want to fucking sit on a patio and have to do soft racism or listen to soft racism.
But you also bring up the best point about that too. I mean, you were the first person that said to me out loud what I always thought about going to those Buckeye games. Like, you would go watch a Buckeye game and you'd be all like, me and my friends are going to hang out. We're going to watch a football game together. It's going to be a terrific time. And then the Buckeyes lose and the whole party's ruined.
Yeah.
You know, and they're all depressed. And I'm like, why do you like care? You care too much.
Big, yeah.
Come on. I guess while we're in this type of guy area, I want to bring up... Guys. Yeah, this is a type of guy.
For the Street Fight show in our project management thing, I made a task called Types of Guys, and then there's just a bunch of tasks that say the different types of guys we want to like spoof on. And then I clicked and went types of gals. And put it all in there, and then types of non-binary pals. So.
See, I think like one of our writers, Simone, has to do the types of gals. I can't do types of gals. I do types of guys all day and all night. You know?
I could do like a Kids in the Hall type. I would put on the clothes, but I can't get rid of the beard and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like I love coming up with types of guys, but like I always feel like there's potential for a guy to cross the line when he's being like types of gals. But I mean,
no, we're doing it with spotters.
Yeah, for sure. We got writers. Okay.
Simone is in. She's good. She's
she's
gonna do
great.
a lot of heavy lifting. She's also gonna have to play a lot. I'm gonna have to be a lot of bad boyfriends for her too.
Oh yeah. Did you see this video yesterday from Florida at the Walmart? I wanted to bring up to you.
At the Wally World?
Yeah. I don't need to read the article. Well, I guess let's do a little bit here of the article. So a Florida man was caught on video, which, by the way, you don't have to do Florida man. They did that on purpose. This is an NBC News site.
Yeah, they're doing a meme.
They're being funny. That's goofy when you do that.
Man. People love memes.
A Florida man was caught on video pushing and shoving employees at a Walmart after he was told that he could not enter the store without a face mask.
I saw this shit. I was like, when you started to read it, I was like, oh, and then I was like, oh, it's the one I'm thinking of.
That's another...
He got fucking embarrassed.
This is one of those things. I don't know what happened at the end of the video, because all I saw is, so I'll read how they describe it. The man tries to shove the employee, but trips and falls. He gets back up and forces his way inside, pushing the employee again. You gotta wear a mask, bro, a man off camera says. These folks is tripping. The employee tries to get the man to leave the store. I need you out, the worker says, as the man ignores the employee and walks further into the store. A second video shows the Walmart employee walking the man toward the exit.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw the video. It's an older gentleman, white hair, in like a button-up shirt and cargo shorts and sandals. And I'm gonna tell you what, through a lot of these protests, I've seen about 4 videos where someone in sandals starts fighting, and that's not the footwear to be fighting in.
Like, yeah, but you take them off.
They don't. They're so arrogant that they think they can fight in sandals, and they get broke every single time on them. But anyways,
yeah, you don't, because your sandals can fold too. While you're
there's no footwork on a flip flop.
Yeah,
it folds underneath you. You shift, and then you're on the neck.
Every badass. I mean, when I was in high school, these slides weren't the norm. You could get the good Nike sandals that have
massage
fingers. It's got a back strap and a front strap. It's like basically
they
a
still
shoe.
Do that. It's the ACGs.
Yeah, I got to get some then. I didn't know they still did
That's some pretty tight ones at Soul Classics.
In
that purple and marigold color.
Okay. I'll have to look into that because I wouldn't mind a pair of nice sandies.
Yeah.
But every guy I knew that was like a big fighter when I was in school, if they were wearing flip-flops or something, that they came off.
Yeah.
Along with the shirt right at the beginning of the fight. Because most guys I knew took their shirts off every time they fought. They would hand it to the guy. Like, a lot of times since I was, like, the thin, small boy, they would hand me their shirt and say, hold on to this.
You're a towel boy.
Hold on to my shirt, Brian. We know you're not going to be doing any fighting.
This is a heavy shirt, man. It's huge. What a strong... I can't believe you held this thing up. No, but I mean, that's how... like, probably 50% of fights I saw got ended when someone took their shirts off and the other person was like, all right, man. It's cool.
It's psychological warfare.
No one's scrapping out here.
Yeah.
So the video that he goes in, and this Walmart employee that is way bigger than him, like over 6 feet,
could fucking whip his ass.
Oh my god, so easily. He just gets in front of me. He does like a box him out, like in basketball, arms out, legs out.
Very good.
The guy starts pushing him. The guy's like, bro, you gotta wear a mask. Bro, you gotta wear a mask. He slips by him. Walmart employee runs up. The guy goes to push, and he knew exactly what he was doing. He just does the slightest like turn so that the guy's hands don't hit him.
Yeah.
And the dude just falls on his ass. He gets up. He's flustered as hell. And I love this part because this is just like a moment of weakness that you live forever. He took his hand behind his back and balled up his fist like he was going to throw a punch. And his like hand shook. And then he fucking walked out. Like he tried to get away. Like he wanted to punch the guy, and he didn't have the guts to fucking do it.
Yeah,
like he pulled his punch. I was like, he really reared back.
Guys do that though.
Oh, and then it was like, yeah, you weren't gonna do shit. So he runs away. He runs through self checkout to try to get away. I figure that guy literally could have just picked him up like this, like grabbed his shoulders and picked him up and carried him out.
That's in my world, in street fight world. The employees would be allowed to just whip that guy's ass and like throw him out, like when they throw like a guy out of a bar window in a Western, or like when Will Smith got thrown out of his house in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah. Like that's how you would toss somebody out.
Because we're safe space babies, we're going to put a crash pad though.
No,
you can get thrown out, but there will be will be like a bunch of there'll be a pile of cardboard boxes you'll get thrown into.
That's okay.
That will discombobulate the shit out of you, make you like as you're trying to climb out of like a dumpster full of boxes. You're like, all right, this is getting too real for me. I'm just gonna go not wear a mask at
around my bar. There will be a moat of ball pit around every building that you can just toss people into the moat of balls.
You're out.
But I mean, like. That is where we're at, though, as employees.
It's unfair.
In this world now, where that guy should have been able to fucking just lay the dude out, I think. Because that guy was aggressive, like... Here's the thing. This is just like when like a person goes to like a Walmart or a Kroger or one of these places, and they launch into a tirade against the person working behind the customer service counter or behind the cash register. The reason they launch into these crazy fucking tirades and screams is because they know that the employee can't do anything. Yeah. Their hands are tied behind their back, and they have like a thing over their mouth. They're not allowed to fucking say anything. Yeah. So that's why this guy felt so comfortable barreling into this guy, because you know, he's a fucking coward.
Right, but and what about your job is you work at Walmart, so what you do is you help people get groceries, and now all of a sudden you're doing security detail. Like you that's a jump in pay grade. That's a different situation. If I have to go to work and potentially get swung on, I'm going to need a little bit more extra training. You're going to have to pay me to do some martial arts shit. You're going to have to give me some extra money if I'm going to have to take shots from people.
Right, and this is like a COVID. This is like, you don't want people touching you during COVID either.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, and just, I'm so fucking sick, and I hate these people. That this guy is like such a fucking picture of what I hate about America. Goddamn America. Like, this guy is like, he's totally entitled and probably spends 99% of his day calling other people entitled.
Yeah.
You know, on the internet. These are millennials. They want a warm cup of milk and a stimulus check because they've lost their job, you know?
The world ain't all buttermilk, buttercup.
Yeah, it's these guys.
Yeah.
And then, like, they can't, because they don't do things for other people. They absolutely do not care about other humans. They're completely antisocial people from the suburbs.
Yeah,
basically.
we've created a system where they really believe they are their own island, and that like they're the main character of the story of the planet Earth. You know?
Yes.
They think this is my story. I'm actually choosing not to take other people's medical situations into concern. And it's like, no, fuck you, you suck. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, they act like
you're
they're
gonna
fucking...
go breathe all over the shit in here that like you know, old people and respiratory fucking compromised people are getting.
Right, and this is their version of revolution. This is their fucking Boston Tea Party is just going in and
being
breathing their grossness. Yeah, being
being an asshole. Like, I'm brave enough to be an asshole. I'm gonna go inside this Kroger and cause a ruckus. Did you see that motherfucking Florida city council meeting?
What? No, I did not.
Whew, you got to watch that from earlier today.
Okay.
I wish we got to get set up better.
We're not set up for audio tonight because I didn't think we were going to play any.
But this woman is going off and is saying, "You people, you're requiring masks. They're killing people. The masks are killing people."
I have heard this
2-minute thing. There's another lady that says, "You folks requiring this mask, you're messing with God's perfect breathing system."
What?
Yeah, you got to see it. They were firing.
The thing you're talking about with the mask thing is people are now have been told somewhere. We got to find out where this originates from. We know it's from the internet. We know it's from Facebook. It might be on conservative talk radio, but that when you wear a mask, you're breathing in your own toxic.
Yeah.
Because they hear when you breathe out, it's carbon dioxide that is coming out of you. And they believe that when you breathe out, you're just breathing that right back in. As though, like, doctors haven't been wearing masks forever.
Yeah.
You know? I think if a doctor felt like wearing a mask would give you carbon monoxide poisoning, they would have, like, not warned them.
Master Blastoise in the chat says Plandemic said that.
Plandemic. Okay. Yeah, that's the like hashtag.
Yeah. I saw someone also comment on something saying you're breathing in particles, like you're breathing in cotton particles into your lungs.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm breathing smoke in my lungs. I don't give a fucking rat's ass what I'm breathing. As long as it's not COVID, I don't care to breathe it into my lungs.
Yeah.
I've been very open about what I breathe into my lungs in my lifetime. But I guess, like, also just to put a bow on this is, like, they signed the Orange County mayor signed an executive order requiring that people wear masks in public. So not only, like, this guy was breaking a law.
Yeah, fuck laws.
Right. But, like, nothing happened to this guy.
That's true.
Like, there were no negative consequences for this guy other than going viral and looking a fool.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder if he saw how many times he watched it.
I mean, I guess, like, that's the thing. He might know how viral he is, maybe, but he doesn't care. He feels like in his mind, that video is like him doing, like, a Thomas Jefferson type thing. You know? In his mind, he's a fucking... he's like, people shouldn't have to fucking wear masks. 'Cause have you seen that people are, there's a site you can go to now where you can print out a card that you can have laminated that says I don't have to wear a mask in public, which is like really bordering on sovereign citizen shit.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's made up credentials. And I've seen that. I saw a lady in the grocery store saying, I have a medical condition that I don't have to wear a mask.
Right. I'm sure there are maybe people who don't have to wear a mask. But I'm showing Brett the picture now.
No.
It says,
dog. Who's
the ftbagency.com, which is, I think they want it to look like a federal agency too.
Ooh, you know what I wanted to let you know, just because we're in this world? Bare feet people are loving it. Bare feet people are loving it right now because no one is paying attention to bare feet anymore.
That's like, true. It's just looking for a mask.
Everybody in the chat, everybody in the groups are like, I wear my mask and no one even notices anymore. Their feet are just like slapping on the floor.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. They're like, I don't see your fucking pie hole. I love it.
I mean, if your feet don't breathe.
Yeah.
So you're fucking safe. This is supposed to look like a government site, but it's like
it looks like an airline.
Got a really horny, the picture is like a hot lady on it, which is odd.
It says freedom to breathe, and it has a very young Sports Illustrated looking model in a gingham button up shirt.
It's also underneath freedom to breathe. It says we the people, for the people, by the people.
It's a sweater. It's like a sweater, and they're on top of a mountain, like above the clouds. It seriously looks freedom to breathe. It seems like some sort of excursion where you would go to like the top of a mountain and have a retreat.
Oh my God. They have join our Facebook group, volunteer, and donate. You can. This is
good grift. This is great.
This is amazing. Let me read this.
Somebody's getting a house off this.
Oh, for sure. Let me read this card that I saw. Face mask exempt card is the big top, and it said,
you have to pay for it, right?
I don't think you do. I think they'll let you have that for free. I mean, they should. It says, I am exempt from any ordinance requiring face mask usage in public. Wearing a face mask possess a mental and or physical risk to me. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, I am not required to disclose my condition to you. Department of Justice ADA violation reporting number.
Oh, that's so tight. That's airtight, man. Read it and wait, motherfucker. I'm going to breathe on everything in here.
They have the seal of the United States.
Yeah, that's
the card.
Seems illegal.
And it says
it's just like a hand-drawn eagle. It does look like way too official. I feel like you should get in trouble. Like, it looks like a stealing valor thing.
It does. It says, if found in violation of the ADA, you could face steep penalties. Organizations and businesses can be fined up to $75,000 for your first violation and $150,000 for your subsequent violations. Damn. Denying access to your business organization will also be reported to the FTBA for further actions. That's the side.
People are so fucking brilliantly stupid, man.
I mean,
I'm so impressed by that.
They came up. They did. We've talked about making cards in the past, just funny ID cards.
Oh man, getting that revved up and then going in there. I don't have to tell you anything. The ADA says so.
Here's the Freedom to Breathe Agency. We are a movement of proud American citizens who are dedicated to protecting their freedom and liberty. Our team consists of people from all walks of life, from attorneys, doctors, business owners, CEOs, moms and dads who want to make a difference in this world and create a promising future for our children.
And you know what? That proves the point I was going to bring up, is that a lot of these people that are the protesters, they have a perfectly giant house at home. They have a shed full of tools. They have an old car that they haven't fixed up. They have a lot of projects. They have a lot of things.
You could write a book.
They have so many things to be doing. There's so much access to entertainment, to hanging out online, all of that.
Fucking grilling.
All you have to do, grill. Yes. You can have anyone you want at your house. You can throw a patio party and invite the whole neighborhood. When you go to the grocery store for 45 minutes, you gotta wear a mask.
Yeah.
That's bondage for them.
Yeah,
that's chains.
what it feels like. So
you can't make me. I got the freedom to breathe.
The next picture is a cute couple. He's doubling his wife on a bike and they're smooching.
This looks like a new credit solution without any of the hassles that the banks have, man.
It looks like a Humira commercial.
It does look like they're about to talk about side effects. Side effects of freedom to breathing includes COVID-19.
Yeah. Their mission is... their mission is just a list of sentences. We believe in personal liberty.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too.
We believe in freedom of speech.
Yeah. Fuck the flag. Burn America down. Kill all the troops and cops.
We believe in freedom to choose.
Okay.
No, you
choose
don't
what?
necessarily, because like if we were talking about other things, you wouldn't believe in the right to choose that.
Why don't you choose a grocery place that doesn't require masks?
True. We believe that all humans shall be free because freedom is our first birthright until we allow someone else to take it away. This is people talking about wearing masks. I think
we believe that all humans shall be free to breathe the open air.
Yeah.
And not cover their filthy faces.
It's our birthright.
They're dirty people too.
It is our mission to restore the fundamental birthright and bring peace to our community and the world.
Okay. That's a big ask. That's all you have to do is not wear a mask to get peace on Earth?
Yeah. We believe that people and animals shall be free.
Is it vegan shit? I'm on that. I'm into that.
The problem in
today... Are they putting masks on farm animals or something?
The problem in today's world is not the few people doing wrong, but the many good people doing nothing to stop them.
Yeah, they're coming after us. We're sitting around and we're just watching these sheeple go to the slaughter when we know the truth.
Right. We're just saying you could wear a face mask in the grocery store and that's it. Like, that's really what we're saying is if you go indoors, wear a mask.
I gotta say, since the longest time, spitting has been on the top tier offensive things to do.
Yeah.
Spitting in someone's general direction can cause a dust up.
Oh, yeah. I would whip your ass if you spit at me.
Spitting is gross. Spit is fucking nasty. It has a lot of gross shit in it. We've all known this. And I don't know what I really can't believe that it's come to this. It makes me so embarrassed to be an American. My July 4th post on Facebook is going to be nuclear. I'm going to get rid of all of my family.
It's going to rock. Because I'm like already thinking like, yeah, let's fucking really take the piss out of America on July 4th.
It's time.
Everybody,
time to dance on the flag.
Yeah, let's just all agree to do a really scathing Facebook post on July the 4th. And then we'll do a call-in show the following week. Well, yeah, it will be the following week because we're only gone through the week.
We leave Monday?
Oh, yeah. We'll do a call-in show shortly after it, and we will talk about the results. But everybody that's on Facebook, let's agree to do a really scathing 4th of July post. Because there's not going to be fireworks. Nope. There's not going to be fireworks this year, so we have to make our own fireworks. And
well,
those
you don't have to. You can do them all the time now.
Yeah, that's true.
That out.
Yeah. So here's where this page goes. I wasn't planning on doing any of this tonight, but this page is magnificent. And the next subheader under resources is the importance of breathing. Breathing is a vital biological activity to produce and emotional... Wait, okay. Breathing is a vital biological activity to physical and emotional well-being. Oxygen is number one nutrient for every living organism, including humans.
Okay. It sounds like a new serum for my skin.
Is oxygen a nutrient? I don't think oxygen's a nutrient. Jason, do you think oxygen's a nutrient? I gotta Google it, I guess. Wearing a face mask is an unhealthy obstruction of oxygen flow that can lead to hypoxemia, low oxygen levels in the blood, and hypoxia, low oxygen level in the tissue. Both of these conditions are health-threatening and can permanently damage the brain, lungs, heart, and any other organ. See, this is... now
it is.
It is. Oxygen's a nutrient?
Yeah, it counts. A nutrient is anything required for the life and growth of a living thing.
So here's the next part. Wearing a face mask also has a very important effect on our psychology.
Okay.
It is a psychological anchor for suppression, enslavement, and cognitive obedience.
Really? I thought that I like to match them to my outfit.
I
have a really sick bandana collection, and I always kind of felt stupid for dressing like a cowboy living in Ohio, but now I'm like looking bank. I do bank robber style.
I have this camouflage guy that I wear when I wear my Bape camouflage shirt.
Yeah.
And then, or like any of my shirts. And then I also have the corn one if I'm feeling like
a freak on a leash.
I want to look fucking, this is the kind of cool I want to look. And then sometimes I'll just wear a plain one.
I got two from Dave, the tattoo artist, Dave Davenport, out in Los Angeles. I got a werewolf face, which is fun. And then a Cylon Guardian, which so it's like half of the face is just a robot, like mouth.
Like from
Battlestar Galactica, the robots.
Okay.
And then I also have PW. When we did PWR, we did the Houston show in October with Kath. I bought a bandana from them, and it's sick. It's yellow and black and has like swords and fire and snakes and shit all over it, and it looks fucking fly.
Maybe I should have somebody. I've thought about buying a good mask, but I would another cool mask, because I'm kind of gonna probably go mask life now. I think I'm I'm not gonna be worried about germs when this whole thing's over. It's not gonna become something like that. But I kind of like mask life.
I'm into it. I think for some places I'm just like get all your face guck out of my face.
Yeah, I like it.
Keep it locked in there. I'm gonna keep my snot and boogers and spit inside my head. You keep yours in there too.
Yeah. So what? This is so fucking nuts. When you wear a mask, you are complicit in declaring all humans as dangerous, infectious, and threats.
Okay.
How? Well, they are.
I mean, yeah, that's a reality.
There's a pandemic happening.
Yeah. So. I mean, I don't trust them as a human being.
Yeah.
No, but I understand they're a shaved ape like I am that gets communicable diseases.
I also don't trust that, like, if you aren't gonna wear a mask in public, I don't trust that you're clean.
Yeah.
That you are sanitizing your hands. That I don't trust that you're being safe if you don't wear a mask when you go to a store.
Not wearing a mask seems like those guys that are too homophobic to wipe their own ass.
Yes. Not. I mean, I was never a hand sanitizer guy, but I kind of just carry a small thing of it with me, and I go get coffee, and what I do is I go in. I put the mask on, I go in, I grab the coffee, I come out.
It's coffee, man.
I know, but I love coffee. I come out, and then I take the straw, and I put my hands on the paper. And I get the end out, and then I turn the straw the other way and put it in the top of the cup and pull the paper off and then throw it away. Then I sanitize my hands, because I sanitize my hands every single time I take the mask off.
Okay.
If I'm wearing the mask, I sanitize my hands when I take it, before I take it off. And then I move on. And that's how I've been handling it since this thing started. And I feel like that right there is a bear. I feel like I do the minimum amount that you could do to be a decent human being. And it blows my mind that people
can't be asked.
Are no, I can't even do that. You know?
Sorry, no, I'm not concerned about you.
Yeah.
One of our friends got some natural bullshit sanitizer when it was running low.
Yeah.
And this shit sat in the car, and I spray my hands, I spray my beard, because that's a big collector now. That's why I wear the bandanas to cover it up.
Yeah.
But this shit smells like French fries, McDonald's French fries, and it's just it's so hard. I'm just gagging all the way. We went
to get sushi at the chain place in town and they had a big, huge thing of hand sanding on the counter, and I'm at the point now where when I see hand sanitizer, I'm like,
I'm in.
Yeah, give me a little bit of that. Well, and we put it on our hands, and it was made by a distillery. Yeah. So I think they used barley or hops, and it smelled fucking foul. And your hands are going to smell like that for a while, because it's seeps into your skin. You know?
Yeah, Donato's is using the watershed stuff, surprisingly.
Yeah, that's
what it was. stank ass watershed.
It was
I really
stank.
want the Malort sanitizer. I just want to put the bottle on my bottle wall.
Yeah.
Because I'm still a 21-year-old,
So
19-year-old drinker.
So Brett, how long do you think it will be before your social engineers tell you that talking spreads the virus farther, and they forbid talking?
You're no longer going to be able to point out how great America is doing and how Donald Trump has saved us all from ruin.
What if
they're going to shut down and censor our speech? That's literally telling you stop talking.
What if they told you that saying the Pledge of the Allegiance spreads the coronavirus? What would you do then?
I gotta say, things are getting so sideways right now with what people are talking about. Like, what are you gonna do? Get rid of Lincoln statues? And people are like, yeah, go for it. Let's do it. All of them, man. Fuck all statues. Nobody's that important. Nobody's that fucking important.
Dude, this next line, Brett. How long before your human farmers trick you into believing that it is better to stop breathing altogether as to stop the virus?
Okay.
Man! Hey, man!
I'm glad y'all came out to this big summer bash barbecue and you're all wearing masks like we've been ordained to do. But I'm going to go get COVID. I'm going to go get a COVID surgery so that I won't get it. What they're going to do is suck the life out of me. And then I won't get COVID.
How long do you think it's going to be before your human farmer? I'm going to start using
farmer. I like it.
Farmer.
Well, that's kind of Matrixy though, where it's just like, no, I can't breathe God's great air. I need synthesized hormones from the government.
I can't breathe God's great air.
Yeah, the firmament makes you have bad thoughts about liberty and freedom and about not wearing a mask.
What if Trump
in
told
the liberal
them to
agenda?
Wear what if, like, that's the thing. What if David Avocado Wolf told them they should wear a mask? Would they then be
What is stopping them? Yeah.
Like, could this have flipped the other way? Right? Like, where
should we say they're bullshit so that they wear them?
Yeah, I think maybe we can get more people to wear them if people like us just were like, oh, they're bullshit, and then they'd be like, let's wear these masks. You can't fucking tell me. You fucking what? You think your human farmer's gonna let you fucking fool me?
I'm gonna make a Facebook post that says otter e-boys like me hate masks. They're disgusting. I want to see those big pouty lips of yours so I can kiss them. And they're like, fuck them. I'm not gonna let them think about my mouth like that. I'm covering it up.
All sold as being for your health and safety. You are being conned, and your compliance makes the con a reality. Reject the mind control and unslave. We must protect our birthright to breathe.
This is great.
This is amazing.
Shit, man. This is a manifesto right here. They're just getting everything in.
I love this. We must protect our birthright to breathe. This is not negotiable. FTBA is an agency designed to stop face mask orders and human rights oppression from spreading nationwide and globally.
Honestly, if this was like 60 years ago and they wrote this in like a 200-page sci-fi novel, it probably would have won like a Hugo Award. Like this is a good fucking novel.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden they're like, everybody has to wear masks. And it's like, oh, it's a hoax though. They just don't want you to be able to talk. Like then nobody talks, and then everybody gets with the program and starts caring for each other.
That's really funny that you say that, because that really is like this whole thing feels like the world right now feels like a real dystopian sci-fi novel where they talk about like propaganda and shit like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's just the only thing they got wrong in a lot of those novels, I'm sure somebody wrote the book, is that there were going to be two separate propaganda arms that were just going to fucking both of the propaganda arms are doing different things.
All of the sci-fi, you're right, it's about one side getting steamrolled and you being forced to live in like this ludicrous situation. But we're stuck in the middle of a battle of people that like we fucking hate. Like nobody fucking likes anybody in charge. Nobody likes the American government from every side. There's a million ways to hate the American government, and everyone that lives here hates it in their own special way. We all have our own reason that we hate it, I don't know where to find that in the novelization of that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is just a disaster happens and things go sideways and there's a new normal. But right now, I mean, we literally are just we're having a political fucking cockfight about like hygiene and shit, you know?
Oh my God.
About how diseases, like people are, you know,
we're debating how diseases work. People like
the fucking realtors are like online talking about how influenza spreads.
It's true. And they're yelling at people for being alarmist about something where it's like, well, I mean, so they have more cards than just the one I read.
Yes.
So there's more content from this FTBA agency. By the way, they call themselves an agency. So for donation,
that's probably
it's money.
That's like saying your food is natural. There's no regulations on natural.
Yeah, an agency sounds like
anybody can be an agency.
Government agency.
Yeah,
it sounds like somewhere you go. So this is a form that they ask you to print out for California residents. It's a little card to carry with you, much like the old pocket constitution of the Ron Paul days.
Yeah, this is the upgrade.
This is the upgrade. And this is for California residents. So if you're a listener and you're in California,
keep this on you.
Yeah, you'll want to hear this. It's a message to the business manager. 1. Only a licensed medical professional is qualified to give me medical advice, such as wearing a mask, which negatively affects the respiratory, neurological, and immune system.
Yes, preach.
But here's the thing.
So true.
But here's the thing.
There's a mask in front of my mouth. It's like when I wear sunglasses, I can't. It's like there's a shade between me and society.
But the thing about that is, like, there are so many licensed medical professionals telling you that you're wrong.
I mean, that's where this comes from.
I know.
Like, the state doctors are the ones that are saying everybody has to wear a mask.
They're licensed.
Yeah, they are. I think they're doing doctor stuff.
Number 2, practicing medicine without a license is an offense punishable by law.
I love it. You're practicing medicine without a license. Are you documenting this? I want this live stream to show they're practicing medicine without a license. They just assessed my health and my ability to wear a mask. Let the record show.
So if the Walmart story happened in California to one of these people that would go into this sort of thing, right? If that Walmart story happened, the guy that worked at the Walmart could get in trouble because he was practicing medicine.
He was doing medicine.
License.
When he moved out of the way of that guy's shove, that was practicing medicine.
Well, his just stopping the guy was practicing, because asking someone to wear a mask if they want to come in your private business.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
I gotta say,
what people are we arguing with right now?
Yeah.
Right? Like, who are we fucking arguing with? That we're fucking the ones saying, like, hey, my fucking CBD store requires you to wear a mask. You gotta come in with a fucking mask on if you want to shop at my fucking Rocket Fizz. Okay?
Right.
And if you don't,
go find a place.
Yeah, go fucking find another place with 65 different kinds of pop.
Go to Freedom Candy.
Number 3, there is no law in California that requires anyone to wear a mask into any business establishment. Guidelines are not laws. Here's another thing about this, right? Is that like the guideline, they are correct about the guidelines not being laws, but to them, these are conservatives. These are 100% conservatives, right? Like we're pretty positive. There might be some mindfulness types.
I mean, I
guess.
Yeah, I worry about my non-vaccinated vegans a little bit.
Yeah, the David Avocado Wolves.
I worry about people that think smoothies, like the pharmacy, PH. FARMACY. We need more pharmacy, FAR.
People that just take wheatgrass whenever they think that they might have.
Ginger just solves everything. I found everything. My arthritis, my broken bones, my headaches, everything has just gone away with ginger. A little shot of ginger just peps you right up, and apple cider vinegar.
Yeah,
turns everything around.
You might be right. This is targeting 2 separate sorts.
This is renegades. I mean, these are renegades. These are people that are free thinkers, all the way open to everything. They've understood that they are being humanly farmed, and they're ready to go somewhere. And they're ready to go somewhere without a mask. They are really,
and they
have nothing better to do. They have no life.
that's what I was trying to come up with just a second ago. That my brain sort of dropped out is like, we still find out in the end that the reason they're so fired up about this is because they can't go to fucking Lowe's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that in the end, they think that the Constitution says that you are, because it says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that means you can go buy a fucking Traeger grill on fucking at Home Depot anytime.
And I think, I don't know, like, you're still allowed to do a lot of stuff, really. And there are other places that lost a lot of less people that, I mean, I think that militias would get activated if, like, they started taking COVID patients and isolating them and stuff. I think people would...
Oh, yeah.
I think hillbillies and rednecks with Confederate flags would show up with guns to reclaim some fucking teenager that got COVID and the government put him in a hotel for 2 weeks to quarantine.
Yeah. I mean, you know, number 4 on this... Equal access and accommodations in any business establishment whatsoever is protected by law. No citizen may be discriminated against based on a health condition under California Civil Code 51B, which is funny.
I mean, this person has a mental condition. That's for sure.
Do you really, can I ask, here's a question for you. Do you think there is an attorney on staff?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's... Oh, for this group?
For this group, they say that there's attorneys or lawyers on staff.
Yeah.
But this is not written like a person that understands the law rights.
But,
you know,
okay, I understand. But I also think this could be a really good way to drum up business if you're a crackpot lawyer.
True.
And that you could hand this card out and say, if you get in any trouble, do a Facebook Live, because that's how the world happens now.
Yeah.
Do a Facebook Live about it, or record it, and bring it to me, and for like a couple $1,000s, I'll make sure you get paid, you know?
True. And number 5 on the message to the business managers of California is, any threat of intimidation in this matter will result in law enforcement being summoned. But this is like, I think that, like, it's a person who, like, watches, like, used to watch court TV a lot, and then that's how they've gone to child support course, I guess.
I feel like they think of themselves as like the little girl that did the first school integration where like they had to have troopers protecting her when she went in, and they want to go to the Walmart with like 3 cops surrounding them, and they're bravely looking at everyone in masks, and they're just thinking about how they're allowed to do, they have to, you know, everyone has to respect their right to not wear a mask, and these guys with guns are going to back me up.
You're totally right. Like they do feel like heroes. They do feel like the real, and you're right. They're
Bravehearts.
They feel like
they think that everybody in the Walmart is going to be like, I'm taking off my chains, and then they're going to take their mask and throw it on the ground.
So this is the last sign for this is the last PDF you can print. It's for U.S. citizens. This is for all of us. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess technically you could not be a citizen listening to this show, but this is for us American citizens.
For U.S. citizens, got it.
I am exempt from all regulation mandating face mask usage in public.
God said so.
Wearing a face mask poses a health risk to me.
My doctor said so.
They go into the Americans with Disabilities Act and HIPAA, where they don't have to explain, which...
They're like, I've read enough credentials to be a doctor, actually, so I'm saying I have an issue.
And then,
based upon what I've looked at.
At the end, in heavy, heavy, heavy sovereign citizen speak, it says, please provide lawful and necessary consideration to aid the bearer in the unimpeded exercise of constitutionally protected rights. Thank you for your understanding and assistance. That is sovereign citizen talk. I've read enough sovereign citizen stuff to also there's a little picture of a guy wearing a mask with the circle with the line through it on the card.
That is a great ending. That's a great dismount where you're just like, you know what? I respect the hell out of you, and I know you care about the law just as much as I do. So let me go in here and breathe all over the food like I'm guaranteed the right to do. and I'll give you a salute on your way out.
How can you get involved with? Oh, that merchandise. There we go, dude.
I feel like I would say. When I did the I had to do the priesthood, not priesthood. I had to do the I looked into getting some sort of title to do a marriage. I found out in Texas you don't have to do it, but all those places were like trying to sell you $20 certificates and stuff. I feel like this should be at least like a weed doctor, where they charge you $100 for like a Zoom call, and you just say, "No, I have respiratory issues," and they're like, "I can tell.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be wearing a mask at all."
If the person,
and then they can give you like an actual doctor's fucking note.
If the person making it was smart, that's what they would do.
That's money in the bag.
Right? Like if
they got money. People will spend money on hundreds of dollars on any crackpot fucking fix
and put
themselves.
Put the membership card to print the PDFs. Put those motherfuckers behind a paywall. If this isn't gonna make any money selling FTBA Freedom Warrior baseball cap,
which get you in CJ Sports Pub. And we'll get you in CJ Sports Pub.
You probably get greeted as a liberator at CJ, like as a hero.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pull my mask down real quick and get a big breath myself. Oh, breathe. Feel that big, beautiful God's air just in your lungs.
Big, beautiful God's air. God damn,
it was made perfectly. It's
a
nutrient. This is nutrients that we're blocking. Would you ever eat a nutrient blocker? Would you take vitamins? Would you eat a nutrient blocker?
I would. Yeah, I'm gonna use a nutrient blocker.
Red meat is what that is.
It is. It is. So
Scrub League, my favorite.
Yeah.
With the 1312 always shows up.
Yeah. So how conspiracy theories...
it's police time.
So it's police time.
Thank you, Scrub League, for your $13.12 donation.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
So here is...
We'll get into the cop shit, because I want to talk about the protest, too.
Yeah, here is the police from this week, the Shake Shack story. Are you familiar with the Shake Shack story?
Yeah, it's kind of died down. I think the Tampon story is now like the newest one. I know, I'm going to
go to that one next.
But yeah, the Shake Shack at this point is was a huge clusterfuck and weird moment. That it's going to be hard. I don't know. Go ahead. I do know about it.
Yeah, so what happened was, and if you're listening to the show, you probably knew about this, but this is a thing that happens. Okay, yes. What happens is the police say that a fast food worker tainted their food.
Yes.
Okay, and in this case, they said Shake Shack tainted their milkshake with bleach.
Right.
And then they went to the hospital, and then later on, we found out that it was all a fucking ruse. It was all they during a pandemic. 4 cops went to the hospital
because they had
and took up beds to prove that they weren't lying when they were lying,
and all because they ate a double hamburger with bacon, French fries with cheddar cheese sauce, and a milkshake.
Yeah,
like, that's tummy ache food.
Yeah, it'll give you the shits.
Yeah, it's not. Sure. It's gonna mess your stomach up.
But I don't think that they even got sick, dude. I think they cooked up the hoax, and then they were like, rush them to the hospital real quick so that they can get their tests on them and stuff.
I mean, that's kind of one of those things where, like, you give somebody fake weed and they're like, God, I'm getting so fucking high right now. I feel crazy, dudes. But they're like, someone's like, this kind of tastes like bleach. And the next officer tastes it twice as hard.
Yeah.
Right? Immediately, it's just like, what is that? Poison! I drank a whole milkshake. I just realized on the last sip it was bleach.
Yeah. It is funny. They always like drink the whole thing, but they went to the hospital, I think, to just bolster their lie. I guess is what I'm saying.
I think I think that the initial story was way bigger than the follow-up. The follow-up is for people like us that are checking on these. I feel like there's probably an Instagram picture going around right now that says, on June the 4th, 3 officers were poisoned with bleach at a Shake Shack.
3 Leos.
3 Leos were
always-
poisoned at a Shake Shack.
It's Leos with those people every time.
It
What are
already
our brave-
happened.
Yeah.
And it's for them, like with the Trump speak, the way that he boils things down for them, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, that was fake, but it happens all the time. And it's only because they are such fucking horrible people that they have to worry that someone's trying to poison them all the time. They
Yeah.
do a job where people want to poison you. I don't have to worry about that with my job.
Right. Yeah, they know everybody hates them, and they know that the specific people they're cracking down on are the people that are working behind the counter at a place like Shake Shack or a fast food restaurant, and they know that they hate them.
And like, yeah, and you know, feel like did I say this on the show? Did we talk about this? The burger thing? No. Oh, sorry.
Oh, we talked about it like I think last week.
Okay.
We didn't do the call-in show, so it feels like a longer time. But I think we did on the call-in show the last time we were in the call-in show. We talked about the different times that the police have faked this.
Yeah, but I think also like they come up with these elaborate schemes when really, if a cop came into the restaurant, we would just take the burger and lick it. Like they have saliva in their mouth. They're eating spit. Like no one like you have 5 seconds to do it. You have to look at your buddy and you have to like put your you have to like wipe your hand between your butt cheeks. You laugh and then you go like this and then they laugh and they walk away to the back room because they're dying laughing and then you just give it to the cop.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Yeah.
And they don't notice.
It's not poisoning.
It's not poisoning. Yeah.
No, you don't want to poison the guy. You don't want to kill a guy.
You fucking you do a snot rocket into your palm and you put it under the cheese and you give them extra cheese and make it all goopy. And they never know because it's a salty booger and boogers aren't the worst thing to eat.
It says a lot about the police though, because I mean the police are when people cross them, they kill them.
Absolutely.
Is what they do. So they're like, these people are our enemies and they're poisoning us, to kill us. Instead of just like, nah, dude, you're eating fucking boogers, dude.
Yeah.
You just have every time you've eaten
some spit.
A booger. So let's fold the Target story in. So Target has officially weighed in on the accusations that a Starbucks barista in one of its California stores had stuffed a tampon into a Frappuccino ordered by an off-duty police officer. Given that the Starbucks location in question was inside a Target, it made the accused person Target employees. Now, the first thing I want to do with this is I want to go through a little step-by-step process of this, okay? So I'm going to tell you the story through the eyes of the police. Okay, because I read the thread on Twitter where they explained it. And okay. This cop, who is not in uniform, he's off duty. Okay. He's not even working.
But he looks like a cop-ass mother. Basically, they're like, you can clock him as a cop.
So he goes to Target, okay?
He walks in all fucking swolled up and just demands a drink.
Right, and he says, I'll have like a caramel fucking Frappuccino or something.
Okay.
And then the person behind the counter... Now, this is the cop's version of the story. The person behind the counter is like, that'll be $5 or whatever. And then this cop pulls his credit card out. And the person behind the counter looks at the credit card and says, that's from the police credit union.
Okay.
Is what they say.
Yeah, it has a big Blue Lives Matter Punisher skull on the card.
He swipes it, or he inserts, takes it out, puts it in his pocket. Now, at some point after this, somebody is taking a tampon out at a Target.
Yeah.
Where there are cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
In Target. Somebody behind the counter has somehow
pull their pants down to their ankles.
Yeah. I mean, like, if I'm going to be even charitable to the police and say that they had a plastic bag in their pocket with a used tampon in it, they still had to get the tampon out and put it in the Frappuccino, then fill it up. Everything that happens at Starbucks happens in front of the customer. It does not happen in a back room.
They don't even have back rooms.
There's
no fucking privacy.
Right. They have like little back rooms, I think, all the time.
Sure.
But I mean, the employee that's making your drink, you generally see the cup get pulled up and then handed to another person who then makes your drink and then handed to you. You get to see the cup from the very beginning of the process. Other than like at the factory, but I'm just saying from the beginning of your drink process, you get to see the cup go through the whole thing. And somehow in there, that person decided to put the tampon in. Now my issue,
it was
just
a tampon. It wasn't used, right?
They don't know. They're insinuating that it didn't even look like a tampon. But they're insinuating
dog.
It was used. No, I think somebody even did like a experiment. It didn't end up being a tampon. Vice actually put a tampon in a Frappuccino and was like pulled it out and like it gets big, but it kind of falls apart. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't stay. So the guy didn't even fucking put a real tampon in there.
Forensic files on
him.
Well, you need to do that.
They did. They did
this for these fucking cops.
But I'm just
take
talking.
Their ass to court.
I'm just saying, like
people's court.
The number one thing in this fucking thing, the cashier is not looking at the credit cards. They don't even touch the credit card of the person.
No, I'm an old man because I always try to hand in my card and they're always like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
No,
that's on your side.
In the machine,
tap it, insert it, swipe it. Keep it away from me.
Yeah, put it back in your pocket.
Yeah, so you would have to really be scheming.
I mean,
you're just like, you go to work and you're like, I hope a motherfucking cop comes in today.
And there wasn't a uniformed one that came in that you could be 100% sure of.
I was a food tamperer. I had a lot of food service jobs as a teen and was a food tamperer. So way too bold, man. That's just like, you're gonna get fucking in trouble,
dude. It's impossible.
You can't do
without
that.
Somebody looking.
Yeah, somebody's going to notice immediately. There's a big squishy fucking thing in the middle of there.
Well, that's the other fucking thing, right? Is he drank the fucking thing. So what ended up happening after he got his drink was he went out to his car and apparently drank half of his Frappuccino and then discovered that there was this thing in it. Then he came back into the store to scream at the people working at the Starbucks. And then, posted the picture of it. And then the press uncritically picks up the picture and posts it. Starbucks.
It wasn't even that bad. It was in kids where did they drink Kool-Aid out of tampons?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Okay.
I mean, it's just that's what I'm saying, that this cop that decided to do this scheme, like this cop
really
was like trying to be gross. It's a used tampon.
Oh yeah, you're going for like horrific. Like,
yeah, that's the insinuation. It's
not even something that's happened. There's no record of that. Like I said, every boogers, semen is a popular one. No one is going to do that. No one is going to do that.
Yeah.
You have to, someone's going to come get you. If you did that to me, I'm going to come get you. I'm going to get you.
Yeah.
Bad. Yeah. Everybody has, it's like I said, the spit thing. There's these primal things where it's like, I'm going to get you if you do that.
So there's an updated statement from Target as of now that says, we take this allegation seriously. We have reviewed video footage and have not found any suspicious behavior, because it didn't fucking happen. This doesn't happen.
If that drink wasn't made in 4 minutes, you would have been screaming at them. They're doing the fastest job possible to get you the fuck out of there so they can start leaning again.
And these guys just end up getting caught up in these fucking cops thing. You know what I mean? These guys get
but it builds the narrative. It's the same thing where they tell us all these terrorist plots have been stopped in the United States, but it's literally just the FBI putting bombs in the hands of Muslims that have a mental issue, or some renegade person on the internet. There's no the evidence of this is the shit that they drum up. The evidence of people fucking with cops' food is that they keep making false alarms about it.
Yeah.
They've never been able to pin it down.
Because
there's no video of somebody Like, we seen the video of that dude that pissed in the coffee 20 years ago on email.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody doing anything gross on video to a hamburger. And I was working fast food back in 1999, and there was a wall of fucking cameras in the back.
Yep.
And they would take your ass to jail for anything that happened on those fucking cameras. That's how you have to learn how to do stuff outside of the camera.
Nobody's working at a place. The biggest. I mean, there's 1,000 red lights in this, right? Like, there's 1,000 signs that this is a hoax. But the fact that it happened at a Starbucks and a Target was like fucking the first alarm that went off to me. It's like, nah, this fucking shit is not. This is so obviously not real that I'm sure the media will not cover this as though it's true. But it doesn't. Again. They come back and they're like, oh, that turned out to be a hoax. And then we never hear about it again. We don't know what the end result of these hoaxes are. Hey, is the cop still on duty? Is the hamburger cop that said that somebody took a bite out of his hamburger and it ended up being a lie?
Yeah.
Is he still like working as a cop?
Does he get in trouble for that?
Is probably yes. You know, it makes me believe there's a department of food hoaxes, fast food hoaxes at each police station where they're like, hey, why don't you go out to eat today and pretend like somebody put fucking LSD in your Egg McMuffin, you know?
Sounds like a fun time. When I used to do a lot of vandalism and stuff, there were certain targets that people had, like friends of mine, that we knew we could never do it because they would know who did it. So I would, as a favor, go fuck up somebody's house or car for one of my friends and not let them know, you know?
Yeah.
So they would get revenge through me. And I feel this is the same thing where you roll up with your partner at Starbucks and you're like, turn around, dump a fucking tampon bullet into your Frappuccino, drink it halfway down, and then you have this witness, this person in the car with you is like, I was just sitting there, and fucking all of a sudden he pulls a tampon out, you know? Someone to corroborate the story immediately. And that's enough authority for them to go and run and treat this like it's press.
Yes. So people are really, really going in on the reporter that reported on this.
Okay.
And it's really funny. One of the things in his thread said, and I read this one yesterday, it cracked me up. And yes, I'm aware of the Shake Shack hoax. That's why I spent all evening working multiple independent sources, and this didn't come from the union. A police report has been filed, LASD reviewing video, and if the officer made it up, that's filing a false report. That's criminal. So the guy's like, the police...
Cool beans.
The police would never do something illegal. That is not their style.
Yeah, it's impossible.
But the news...
Impossible.
The news has just decided to uncritically report every single one of these stories before an investigation's done. Yeah. And then what ends up happening is that some minimum wage or somebody that's making less than $15 an hour or... 15. Some person that's making minimum wage has to deal with a cop screaming at them for no fucking reason, for nothing that they did, and then they have to do the internal investigation at work where they bring you into the office and they say, we're going to be investigating you,
treating you guilty as hell.
Yeah. They're treating you guilty. They probably suspend you. You probably don't get paid awaiting the end of the investigation, and the cop, this fucks your life up immeasurably. Unlike the police, where this fucking thing will just go on and be nothing to this guy. He will just continue working as a cop that perpetrated a hoax.
Yeah, they're going to do some like fireman police baseball game, and they're going to be like, hey, remember the time Raj got the shits from Shake Shack and started that whole fucking hubbub about it, and everybody laughs and, you know, does a pickleback.
Yeah. So that was something, man. That is a journalist guy.
Yeah, that sucks.
He just looks like a real dope today. I like it. He looks like a real dingus. So, you said you had some protest stuff before we get out of here?
Yeah, have you been down recently in your walking?
Well, there was nobody there today.
Right.
And
it's more planned out.
I have been by there every day.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on.
It's
I know
been a
Sunday it got pretty scary.
There's been so basically what's happened now is there are people out there every single night. But most of the big actions are running Friday to Sunday when I think more folks can show up. And there's still a lot of pressure happening. But last night I saw someone tweet and say, "Get to the State House if you can. We need people." And apparently earlier in the day, a car drove through the crowd, which is commonplace now.
Yeah. Yeah, a cop car or just a
no, civilian.
I mean, those people are like those
getting away.
Conservative people have been dreaming to drive over protesters.
They're getting
the
police are letting them go.
Of course they are. Of fucking course.
The guy that I don't know the name, but there was a guy that killed a protester in L.A. and he's gonna get off with it. Or, I'm sorry, in Bakersfield.
I believe that. Place. Yeah. Hey, come on, that's the home of corn. I know that there's bad stuff happening.
There's a lot of racism.
Jonathan Davis is from Bakersfield, and most of corn.
I love Bakersfield. I love
Baco. They called it. That's just something
I'm a Buck Owens man myself.
Yeah.
I've got a tiger by the tail. It's plain to see.
You ain't got to I love Buck Owens too. I'm trying to. I can't remember the song I love by him because I haven't listened to country music in so long now.
Yeah.
You know?
He's my get down.
But they did crack down on Sunday. Me and Katie were down there on Sunday right around 7 maybe. No, it was 5:30. We were down there, and the cops. We had just missed whatever happened when they took that amputee guy's legs.
Yeah,
and when they maced everybody, we had just missed what happened. The cops were still in riot gear, lined up across the street, and we couldn't even figure out why it was like that. Because I hadn't been on my phone because my wife. It was Father's Day, and Katie was taking a walk with me, so I wasn't on my phone for the whole walk. I was kind of just out. And so I ended up looking it up when I got home, and they were spraying mace again, and they were using tear gas. The mayor has said that he was banning use of tear gas and mace for peaceful protesters, which really just means the cops just have to say, the cops can say anything they want and turn them into non-peaceful protesters every time.
Yeah.
It's an out for the police. This is the same thing we've talked about with like banning chokeholds and shit like that. It doesn't work because they just say their life's in danger and a big segment of society just fawns over them.
Yeah, thinks they have to do it. They have to make the tough choice.
Yeah. These people can't even get a Frappuccino at a goddamn Starbucks without somebody poisoning it with a tampon.
Yeah.
So I fucking hate the police so much.
Actually, it was 2 nights ago because I watched some live stream of last night. So Monday night is when I went down around 11 p.m. And when I got there was probably like 9 cars that had blocked off Broad and High Street, which is one of the corners of the State House. And literally, like the Columbus is like a big circle, and there's 2 roads that run to both ends, Broad and High, cross like right in the middle of the city. So I mean, there was probably less than 100 people there, and it was mostly like blaring, like Lil Boosie, and people chanting.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed a lot. It's like more of a atmosphere, like a party atmosphere,
smoking cigs, sipping
cool.
on shit. Some people seem drunk as fuck. No problem for me, but it was dwindling. Like I hung out for about 45 minutes, and I was like, I'm going to go, I'm not party mood right now. I should have like dropped acid or something and came down to get more lugubrious with my socializing.
Yeah.
But so I'm just down there. I was trying to just pay attention to what was going on. I knew fucked up shit was going to happen. And it did. Around midnight or 12:10 or something, someone with a bullhorn announced that the cops were on the way and they were coming from both sides. And I was riding my bike around surveying the area, and then they came up High Street in front of the State House, and they gave us 3 warnings, like, basically what I do to my kids. You got to the count of 3, or else I'm fucking you up, verbally.
They love to do that.
Yeah, verbally. But basically, they counted it out. Everybody was like, it was really interesting because whoever was on the megaphone was like, And, if you don't want to get arrested, if you don't want to fuck with the police, then like this is the time to go. This is your warning. Like, get the hell out of here. People left, but there was a big line of folks that basically set up a wall for the third warning, and they just rushed in with their riot gear, about 20 some of them, trying to grab people. Most folks got away if they tried to grab them. They rushed on that intersection. And there was a few cars. There was like 2 or 3 cars parked in the intersection. So they kind of took those over. There was one person inside of the car too. And they snatched them. But really what they did is they took over Broad and High, which is where we were having a block party at. They came and they set up they had officers on all 4 sides. And the rules that they set up were anybody in the street will get arrested. So basically what they set up was folks were just crossing. Whenever it said cross, they would just walk in front of them. They had cameras in their face. They had lights in their face. Like, let me see that fucking face. Let me see. Why don't you stand out here proudly and do this? Like, taunting the shit out of them. And then the fucking walk light would get down to 0 and they'd sprint onto the corner. Just basically circling like sharks. And the cops sat down there for a while. They called in a construction company to come pick up the cars. Those folks took the cars away. They cleared out the streets. They arrested a few bike guys. There was like 2 mouthy white guys on bikes that were just like unleashing hell and like recording it. Like, you're fucking fascist motherfuckers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can ride my bike in the fucking road, and just popping off. They went after them. But after the cars were cleared out, there was a young lady on the megaphone once again that was like saying the craziest stuff to the cops. She was like, hey, what do y'all call a police officer that eats a ham sandwich? And they're like, you can go ahead, anybody shout it out, crowd's quiet. She's like, a cannibal. And everybody starts fucking laughing.
Just going off. I think I know who you're talking about because I've been down there a few times, and I think she's hanging out
she's
there.
She's there regularly. Yeah. So it's definitely it's definitely a really good vibe. But what I saw, really, I would say to sum it up, is that basically the city is spending a shitload of money to make these officers come down there and stop a party to shut down like black youth in the city and basically say you don't have the right to do this. It was 1 a.m. on a Monday night. Nothing is open in downtown Columbus. We are a business place from 9 to 5, and everything closes at 6 over there. And there's plenty of streets to turn left and right to get around. There's no reason to hit the Broad and High exit. There's no reason that they couldn't have just let them stay out there because it was fizzling out. Like, it didn't get live until they showed up. Like, everybody was getting bored. Everybody's like, fuck, I want to go play Xbox. I want to have a bong, or I want to do some shit. I'm not going to just stand in the middle of the street all night. And they showed up and just whipped everybody into a fervor. And there was a guy next to me the whole time that was just like, man, if they start bringing out the gas, it's over. He's like, it's a fucking brawl. It's a brawl. He's like, we're about to light him up. And then he was just like, people were ready to basically beat the shit out of the cops, a lot of folks. And it was only because everyone was having a great time and they showed up just to dominate this the most important square. This has to be our autonomous zone. Broad and High has to be our autonomous zone.
That would be
because that square is the most important fucking piece of property in Columbus, because every time we mess with Broad and High, they send riot police.
Yep.
They bust it up and they get fucking lethal. So they didn't spray anybody. They did shoot some shit. Like, I heard it bouncing off the signs around me, which I hate.
Yeah.
You just start hearing, like, you hear a gun go off and then it's like, boom, 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 just bouncing off signs and windows and shit.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Why am I here right now?
Yeah.
But, it's like, I want to be here, but it's a challenge.
So Mayor Ginther, our mayor, did an interview this week. A lot of people are calling for him to resign. And a lot of people are, we're trying to get him recalled. There is a recall Ginther petition circulating. It's very hard to get signatures. So, recall Ginther is the Twitter account. Go find it and look up the places with the petitions. And maybe we can pull this off. I don't know. It's a tall order. So, he did an interview with, ABC 6 News, which is a friendly, well, no, not a friendly. It's because it's Fox Sinclair. And here's just some of his quotes. Obviously, they've gone through a significant amount of training and they're getting guidance from their sergeants, their lieutenants, commanders, and deputy chief of police. I have not had any officer ask me or question what they're supposed to do. The strategies, the techniques, the tactics have been laid out. But so Sunday night, they were pretty much indiscriminately spraying people with pepper spray and tear gas. So he said, Mayor Ginther says they're trying to strike a balance between protecting constitutional rights of free. I lost him there. The people. So when they asked him if he would resign, he said, no, the people of Columbus elected me and re-elected me to do a job. And that is to reform the division of police. Hasn't done a fucking single thing to do that. Like reform as in give them more power and let them beat the crap out of us and give them cover.
Yeah. Spend more money on the police is his solution.
Pursue this equity agenda and make sure justice is served, and I'm going to fight every day in this office to get those done. So here's what I think. Just before we get out of here tonight, let's sign this petition and make sure that he's out of office as soon as possible.
We can get it on the ballot?
Yeah, you can get it on the ballot if they get the amount of signatures. Is a high amount of signatures, and it's hard to collect signatures right now from registered voters. So if you're in Columbus and you know people, Recall Ginther on Twitter is the page they put out when they're going to have the petition at places, and try to do it. We can see if we can make this happen. You know, it's possible. Maybe. It's a long shot. Very possible to do, though.
Yeah.
And let's get rid of this fucking guy. Then me and Brett will run for mayor, and we'll turn this whole city into a Chaz.
Sounds wonderful.
That's the show.
Way to be. Thanks for listening to Street Fight Radio. We will keep doing this shit. We did take Father's Day off without really any notice. It was on the fly thing, but Brian did a Twitter poll, so that made the decision for us. We will be back this Sunday with another call-in show, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can call in, tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods as far as protests, COVID, bad bosses, whatever it may be. We want to hear from you. We are Street Fight Radio, and we'll see you on Sunday. Peace.